people like ourselves who might have resourcing solutions, or you might want to increase your brand, or you want to get more leads for your business. So that kind of attracted me to Startup Lanes. As I said, I'm pretty new. So I think today's session is really more like a let's get to know each other kind of session. Myself, I'm from the Caribbean originally. I've been in London over 20 years. I spent the last 19 years or so working predominantly in financial services, but alongside that, I've also worked with hundreds of entrepreneurs as well through my own accountancy firm, right? Because I help businesses on the side, to save taxes, to make more money. And since I think over 1 year now, I've just been running my own firm and helping businesses to scale up and to make more profits. I also run something called a business called Money Management Training, kind of under the brand of Money Management Education. So that's a little bit about me. Maybe in terms of things that I like, what I like doing, obviously I love traveling. I've been to over 50 countries. I have been to India. I have been to Sri Lanka, Singapore, Hong Kong, Cuba, Russia, Bahamas. I've traveled, I say, a lot of countries. I have two boys, 21 and 15. I love snorkeling, I love farming. I've got some properties. I've got a property portfolio that's worth a couple of millions. And yeah, I'm an investor. So I'm an entrepreneur, investor, educator, accountant. So over to you guys. I mean, let's take it in turns and let's get to know each other. On a voluntary basis, of course. I'm going to appoint the next person just to make it easy. Then the person who goes can appoint the next person. So I go for Alex Birch. She looks prompt and ready.
Morning. Thanks for the introduction, Royston. Pleasure to meet you all. So my name is Alex Birch. I'm based in London. Little background on me is I've lived and worked in advertising for the last sort of 15, 16 years. I studied design and moved into the kind of digital boom in the advertising industry fairly early on in my career. So spent years through integrated and pure play digital agencies, producing a range of types of campaign activations, be it taking products to market or supporting with websites and application design and build. This year I founded Polar London, which is my own agency. And really it's a case of me bringing together my community of experts that I've spent and got to know over the years of doing what I do to help deliver the same service to a range of types of clients. We're specializing in the health sector with the view of trying to help people that are doing good in the world do more good, and that can give us a little bit more, worthy kind of use of our time and the resources that we have to support. And the two main things that we're helping do is digital campaign activation. So that can see anything from kind of social or online ads or out of home display, and website and application design and build. And they're the sort of teams that I have around me to do it. A little bit about me. So as I mentioned, I live just outside of London in a county called Essex. I'm well traveled like yourself, Royston. I've spent a few years bouncing around the world, and I spent 6 years of my career working with Google, and we were building embedded agency teams across their global network to help them take products to market. So I was lucky to spend time in Singapore, India, and San Francisco, and London was our HQ. So I was kind of jumping around a lot over the last 5-6 years, just before I started my own agency to follow a similar suit. I've got a little girl at home. She's 3. She was born on Christmas Day. Wow. And we've got another one coming, and she's due in January. So it's busy at home as well. But yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you all.
Cool. Well done, man. Congrats. By the way, any questions for Alex just before we move on?
So, yeah, just would like to know, like, what's the USP of Alex? I mean, you are having. So
sure.
People should come to you for the business, basically.
Yeah, I think our differentiator really is twofold. One, it's digital expertise, really sitting in the center and the leading kind of capital in this category for bringing together creative and technology, and having that, I guess, fortunate experience to work as closely as I did with Google means that I'm well connected in that space, and that we're used to working with R&D type technologies and helping them take those products to market, so we can offer the same skill sets as the larger agencies. So what we do is we build pointed teams to answer brief specifics. So we don't have big shiny studios with lots of people sat waiting for work. I pull on my resources that are really pointed towards a brief, so we can get the right people to really help answer what your digital challenges might be. So we can keep our rates a lot more competitive to the big agencies. So it's the same level of talent and the same type of resources, but a much more pointed cost. And really it's bringing together my experience and teams that I've worked with over the years that are trusted to deliver that work. So hopefully that answers the question.
Thank you. So just a quick one question for me, and then we'll see there any from others and we move on. So Alex, you said that you focus mainly on the health industry, is that correct?
Yeah, so this is part of our growth ambition is, if our broader mission is to help do more good in the world, we're trying to specialize within the health category. And that health can be a broad umbrella across the pharmaceutical sector. And we understand the sort of legal constraints and do's and don'ts within that world from an advertising point of view, as well as, a slightly wider reach of physical, mental, education, all these kind of things that sit in that broader health umbrella. That's the type of work we'd love to do more of. We do work with other clients as well, but this is our kind of longer term mission, is to try and help people in those sectors and become specialists at that.
Cool. So if you have no more questions for Alex, who do you want to go next?
Let's go over to, is it Rishi?
Hi everyone, good morning. My name is Rishi. I'm born in India. Then I studied engineering bit. I went to IIT BHU Varanasi and I studied like 5-year integrated MTech course. It's in industrial chemistry, but when you are engineer, you basically put your hands on everything, and even programming, then electronics, like robotics club, and you jump all over the places. So I kind of developed different skill set while I was in doing my engineering. And I was a bit confused about what should I go next. So although I got, my profile was more about PhD, like doing like research in organic synthesis, drug delivery. So I went to Manchester University as a visiting researcher. And when I was in like as a 6 months researcher, and when I was in 4th month, I thought like, okay, I don't think I am gonna enjoy this doing for whole life. And then I still applied for different universities as a PhD program, and I got into Oxford as well. But when I discussed this, like again with my friends, family friends, my colleagues, and even the professor which I got admitted to, Michael Willis, and he said like, you won't get time for another thing. You have to do this fully focus. So I dropped that thing, and then I started thinking, what should I do? And then I came and jumped it like, okay, I think I can go for startups, and this is the good area. Like I can put my different skill set into work in the practical life. Then I actually, but even many people told me, you have engineering knowledge, but you don't have management knowledge. So I thought maybe, okay, I can just do 1-year course or MBA or something like. So I just found at Imperial College London, there is 1-year course of innovation entrepreneurship management. So I did 1-year master's over there. While I was studying there, like in December 2008, last December, last December, yeah. So I found my 2 co-founders and started working there, and like we got like initially the project was about vending machine for cosmetic products, and then it pivoted to like, okay, why not create your own products through device? So I started building prototype, and it's like within 5 to 10 minutes you can create your all natural like with using the like biodegradable capsules. You put it in, then within 5 to 10 minutes it will create all natural product instantly at home or anywhere. So I built it even with and as I was CTO in the team, and then after that we filed for patent. In December we got into Techstars for after we raised seed funding, and for about 120K. Then in Jan we got into program in Munich, which is BSH Future Home, which is backed by Bosch, Siemens, and bigger giants. Like they have very huge experience with the hardware, and there were more than like 600 applicants worldwide, and we got into top 10. The funny thing is, like when we got there, like we were mentored by 120 mentors, and they they started suggesting that hardware is gonna be tough for you guys. So because hardware needs like at least 2 years again for getting patent approved, and then after that you have to get through like component manufacturing, plus you have this app development, and then 3D scanning, like everything, skin scanner and diagnosing. So it's gonna take huge time, and then Corona hit at the same time. So it became worse situation. After that, we like in mid-April, we came back to London, and started working on like we decided we have to pivot to something else. So we moved to plant-based meat, totally pivoting to completely new area. Like our investors were, some of the investors were a bit shocked, but some investor like managing director was fine. Okay, I think you can go there. Then we had team issues and disputes going on, so we kind of now decided to dissolve company, give back money to the Techstars, back to the like more than 90% of money giving back. That's the current situation. But apart from that, I have my other ventures back going on. So let's see how it goes. But even I'm going back on this Sunday. Maybe I'll come back. But I'm here on startup visa. Like apparently our university thought that was innovative project, and they supported us with that. But that's the current situation of mine.
Yeah, wow, so Rishi, that's quite a bit. Maybe you should write a book.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, at the outset, you said that you didn't know what management, but you know, the best way to do an MBA is to do a business that has failed.
That makes sense. Actually, after that, because practically the things differ. Where even if you go to different area, it will differ anyway. So when you start doing the things, you start discovering about how you can tackle this, tackle that. That makes sense.
Cool, cool. Any questions for Rishi? Okay, Rishi. Who do you want to go next, Rishi?
I can see Basito here.
Oh,
Thank
I don't
you.
know.
Hi everyone. It's Basit Ahmed. Let me give you a little background and about myself. I'm originally from Pakistan and been living here since 2012 in London. I came here in UK primarily for studies and then plan to settle here. So it's I have done engineering from back home and continued my masters here in UK, and then start working for some of the good companies in UK. And currently, I am a system engineer. And actually, let me tell you, it's how I landed up here. It's because of one of my colleague, Manoj Talwar, who is also in the call. I can see him. It's he has sent me a link, and so in terms of what we are doing is I'm a technical consultant, system engineer in one of the company based in Italy. So but we are working in most of the, if most of the guys knows, it's Red Hat technologies and so advanced uh, technical stuff. So and also apart from this, we are trying to build up our own application. So maybe just to at some point we will kick off our own business sort of thing. So that's still very early days for those ones, but that's what are the plans in the future. So I won't be taking much long, guys. So that's pretty much it. It's not sure what else we should be talking about, but that's what in terms of business plans, we are thinking to do it something for ourselves, our own sort of business and planning, and we are trying to develop a couple of products on our own. So that's it from my side. Any questions?
Yeah, so that's it. So I mean, and look, and like me, obviously, when I joined, I had lots of questions. I actually had I think a meeting with one of the founders to actually find out, well, what is the startup lane really about, and he gave me quite a good insight. So my question for you is like, obviously you were introduced to Startup Lane. Now you are here in an introductory meeting. What are, I mean, number one, what can you add? I mean, what value do you add to others, to business owners, and also, what would you think other people can add to you to help you to be more successful in your journey? So number one, what can you add to others who are in the business, who are founders, and then what would you like others to add to you to help you to be more successful?
Yeah, in terms of what we can add, what I can add personally is the technical consultancy. It's because my background is uh, from technical, and so that's what if anyone is interested in terms of consultation, specifically primarily to the Red Hat products, I would say Linux side. So I would be more than happy to help. It's or a guide or whatever. Wherever I can help, I would do it. And in terms of others to help me, it's at the moment we are still trying to build the product. So I'm not sure. It's a let me give a little description about what we are trying to build basically, so that if anyone in the circle is having the same sort of requirement, or we are trying to build a software which is which suits best for the call centers. So that sort of I'm not sure if anybody today around is having the with a similar sort of background who is running a call center or stuff. So we are trying to develop a more smarter sort of application based on Kubernetes and containers, and so which will help the call centers to track their agent performances and stuff. If, for example, if somebody in the call center is are having like hundreds of agents, it's practically very hard to keep track of performance of all the agents and stuff. So with the help of that application, that software, you should be able to do those things, and you should be able to deploy that application in your call centers. Not sure again if that's something relevant for someone interested in. So if anyone do get back to me, it's then we can discuss further. Does that answer your question, Royston?
Yeah, yeah, it does. And maybe what you can actually do, I don't know, is just do a post in the group, just to say what you do. I think potentially we should all do that, right? Just put a brief post in the group just to say, hi, after the meeting, this is a brief post like what we do, because maybe there are other people who not on the call today who can benefit from what each other does. But if they don't know of you, or they don't know what you do, then they can reach out to you. I mean, for me, look, for me, time is more valuable than money, right? So I'm an accountant, right? So, I work in terms of value, right? Value added, you know what I mean? So is this meeting adding value to me? one, you know, so for me, when you give value, you get value, right? It's the whole concept of barter and money and exchange, right? So at the same point in time, within a group, a networking group, we have to know what resources are available and what are the strengths. So therefore we know who to call on if we need something. But so one thing maybe as a takeaway we can all do, if it's okay with us all, is to just add a brief sentence or you know, hi, yeah, my name is Royston. I was on the call today. Yeah, I'm a finance expert. If you need any help with that, reach out. I think that might help.
Sure, that makes sense. Exactly. It's that's what we would be looking forward to. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you
Thanks.
never know. Someone might reach out to you, and then you think, "Wow, this startup lane is really working for me now."
Exactly. Yeah. Makes sense.
So
Thanks.
I think we've just left with one more to go. Is that correct?
There is a couple of more I can see. It's I would like to call out Manoj next, who is I'm working with Manoj. It's a senior architect,
Cool, cool.
and so Manoj, would you like to say something if that's okay?
Yeah.
Yes, sorry, yes. There's a couple of people who are not showing their face.
Hello. Hi everyone. I'm Manoj Talwar. Sorry, my video is not on. I'm on a laptop where it's the camera hardware is blocked.
No worries,
Some
no
of the
worries.
secure ones. Apology for that. But yeah, next time I'll use a different one which does have a camera. But actually, just like Basit, this is my first meeting I've attended for Startup Lanes, and I came here uh, not expecting anything. I didn't know what to expect, but I must say I'm glad to meet so many motivated people. I mean, I didn't know what we will be talking about startups. I have. I mean, I haven't initiated a startup of my own as yet. But the reason I ended up in meeting you all in this meeting is Shishir, the founder of Startup Lanes, is a friend from back home in India, and he actually contacted me and told me that Startup Lanes, his company, is expanding into other various geographies, coming to London as well, and these meetings will start. And I was happy, yeah, glad to be part of it, but I didn't know what to expect. But now I can relate to this because even though I'm not initiating a startup, but a colleague of mine, his name is Jay, he has recently launched his startup. It's called ICOM Solutions. And basically, I'll first tell my background. So I'm just like Basit, I've been in IT for like more than a decade and a half. I've been in this country for that long as well. And my core expertise is Linux. So I work for an Italian company with Basit. He's a colleague in that company. So it's Sorrent Lab. And Sorrent offers basically contractors, Linux contractors, and various cloud technologies contractors to like businesses in finance sector, insurance sector, and stuff. Like we've worked with all the major banks in the UK, for example. But that's the job I do as a day job. And I was talking about my friend Jay, who has come up with this startup. It's ICOM Solutions. So he has come up with the concept. He was asking me, what do I do after 9 to 5 job? So he said he came because consultancy is a costly affair. He said he came up with this model that his company ICOM Solutions will offer like hourly based consultancy. So those businesses who cannot, say, startups, for example, cannot afford high rates of consultant, but they want some configuration done here and there, some installation done, and they just need not more than an hour or a couple of hours. So the Jay's idea is to approach those businesses and offer IT consultancy as and when they need it. And of course, a person like me can do that after hours as well. I'm happy to involve in a small installation for an hour or so. So yeah, that's basically his startup idea, and I can immediately relate that. If I'm thinking I should have invited Jay as well to this meeting. He must have been interested, but yeah, in the forthcoming meetings, I'll definitely send him the invite. Yeah, thanks to Akanksha for sending me the invite to this meeting. So anyone has any questions for me?
So,
No question. Sorry, no questions from me. I think it's also a good idea. I'm actually in the process of actually inviting people. I think if we can all invite at least one person, then obviously we may find that people with different skills might come to the table. And then because I've been looking for a guy who can I don't know, run Facebook ads. Obviously that's Alex obviously, but maybe I'm looking for a guy who knows Google ads, who that's Alex again. Or I'm looking for a guy, who knows how to do something that someone doesn't know. I think that's the guy, so I think we can all invite at least one person, and that way we can build a bit of like momentum, and therefore we can have not just IT specialists or business specialists, but we can have people who are interested in probably doing different things, right?
Absolutely. I mean, anyone needs IT services, or I mean, not on charge basis, just need to consult how they want, if they want to install something, please, yeah, feel free to contact me and Basit as well.
Nice one. Thank you.
Cheers. The next person then, any other questions anyone have, or I'll nominate the next person. Okay. I see SK on this meeting. Hi, SK. I'll hand over to you.
Thank you. Yeah, this is Sumit. It's the acronym SK. It sounds a bit cool, but hey. So thank you guys for
names are good.
Yeah, no, thank you. So thanks for the introduction. And there's a diverse set of skills that we have on the table, which is always great. As far as sort of my background is concerned, I'm startup. I'm not sure if I can say I'm an experienced startup guy, but this is my third startup. So the first one was a compliance consultancy, a very specialist sort of focused area that ran quite well for about 10 years. And we still do that every now and then, but we've shifted our focus more to the to align with our current business, which is AI. The main business line for us as of now is conversational AI, and we've built a product called Tina. As always, it's a female name, and it's a female voice that does a lot of jobs for you. Broader vision is to deliver all human-machine interactions through conversations powered by AI. Our core product has got a number of top quality algorithms that we have built in-house to enable natural language processing, multilingual sort of integrations, which would mean you can talk to Tina in about 80 plus languages. And then a number of other things which kind of differentiate Tina from the rest of the chatbots. So Tina is not a chatbot. She can not only just speak to you or sort of chat to you and deliver information, but she also does a lot of automation. So she can integrate with systems such as SAP and Salesforce and a number of other similar systems, including your databases in the enterprise-like setup. What it means is that, again, in a sort of highly busy and customer-focused environments, you don't have to worry so much about your employees becoming super specialists in a lot of these systems. So you can actually ask Tina to do some stuff and get the job done. So that's from an employee perspective, and from a customer perspective, she sort of delivers the pre-sales sort of query and sort of inquiry management. to sales onboarding and post-sales support from a ticketing perspective. We've got some quite amazing sort of integrations with Google Stack. We are applying for at least an IP for the overall solution, and there would be a couple of patents that are also going through for some very specific modules. Focus areas, healthcare, and we're also looking at hospitality to a certain extent in terms of the plug and play SaaS kind of model. And a couple of other sectors such as edtech and e-commerce. Financial services is kind of, or has been my bread and butter for the last 10 odd years. But the AI acceptance is slightly different, and the demands are slightly different in financial services. So that is later down in our pipeline when we've got decent team size and so on. So at the moment, as I said, the key focus area is healthcare, and in October we are launching a new product for healthcare management, and that is sort of planned to be launched in an IEEE forum. So we recently engaged with IEEE as a tech partner for one of the divisions in the US. And hopefully we are looking to sort of evolve into a senior technology stroke knowledge partner with them. In terms of the journey so far commercially, so we started this company towards the back end of 2018, early 19, and we decided not to go into sales for most of 19. So it's all been sort of funded by ourselves. And early in sort of April, May time, we opened up to the market, beta launch. We did a COVID-19 bot, which was quite well received across India, UK, and the US, with an idea to sort of convert them bots into something more commercial and meaningful as we move forward. So we are in some commercial discussions with the clients who had onboarded Tina for her coronavirus kind of capability. And then in terms of investor journey, we are looking to sort of onboard a few investors, at least one. But if our demands or our expectations are not met through one investor, then it's going to be an open round. With regards to the value addition, as I said, we can work with a lot of businesses to deliver the quality in customer experience or enhance the customer experience, customer journey, and also optimize the organizational stroke employee productivity. Other than clients, we are also looking at partners, and I think we can have some interesting discussions in this forum to leverage each other's capabilities in terms of cross-selling opportunities with regards to our products and services. So please feel free to reach out to me. I'll just finish by saying that we're a team of 4 co-founders and a total team size about 12. Some of our tech team are in India. And very focused on innovation and taking conversational AI to the next level, because I think in all fairness, we are pretty much there with regards to our competition in terms of the features and functionalities that we give. And we are aiming to sort of accelerate that once we get some monies from the investors, so that we become and emerge as market leaders in this space. So hopefully that gave the rest of us some idea about what we're doing. As I said, feel free to reach out to me if you want to explore anything, any business needs within your areas, or if you've got any collaboration ideas.
Great. Just as you're talking, I was just thinking, is there any linkage or lineage between Alex and yourself in terms of, I know Alex is obviously more in the ad space and the website building space for the healthcare center, but then you are doing more some stuff as well in that space. As I was thinking, is there any overlap in any way at all? I don't know. Maybe Alex can talk to that. Well, Alex, what do you think?
Yeah, there might be some crossover. A lot of the obviously clients I'm speaking to in the health sector are often inquiring about new ways to help manage their workflows. Certainly in terms of launching new products to market and the general types of typical Q&As that they might get through their website platform. So a chatbot could be a nice alternative solution as part of a conversation with them. So I'd be happy, might be worth us connecting separately, because there's a few conversations I'm having at the moment where this might be a nice additional thought for them to consider as part of their response.
Certainly,
Great
Alex.
stuff.
Yeah, I thought that would be a good collaboration opportunity. So why don't I drop you a note after this call? I think we all are part of the StartupLanes London group, aren't we? And I'll drop you a note.
Yeah, I'm in
Correct,
there. Yeah.
correct. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, brilliant. Thank you.
Okay, so is there anyone else who hasn't shown their face and who haven't spoken yet?
Yeah, I think Dinesh Pati is left. Yes.
Hi,
Hi everyone, I'll show my face first of all. Give me 1 second. Sorry for joining late. I had a few meetings which just popped in last minute. Can you hear me properly?
Yeah, so
Can
far.
you hear me?
So far,
cool. Yeah. Okay. So hi everyone, this is Dinesh. I've been not associated with it, thinking or talking to Shishir for the last few years about StartupLanes in London, but was really busy. Didn't really happen. So I think it's good to see that it's finally happening. My background is I'm a corporate strategist and merger and acquisition specialist. I worked in companies like your Everything Everywhere, O2, Dixon Carphone. My last job, last year's job was I was the head of corporate strategy for O2. I just took a redundancy last year with Dixon Carphone. I was the head of strategy for Dixon Carphone. Currently working as the chief operating officer for one of the healthcare startups. The name is Surgees Innovations Limited. In the startup, my job is to basically manage the entire business. The product for the Surgees Innovation is it's a medtech company. We have developed the hardware and the software to do the colorectal cancer diagnosis. I, like most of you, I'm also kind of trying to be an entrepreneur myself. So far, I have consulted a couple of startups, so I would say 7 startups, help them writing their equity stories, help them raise the capital for their initial MVPs under SEIS and EIS scheme, which I'm pretty sure most of you are aware of. And the end of last year, I decided I wanted to do something on my own. So while I'm doing full-time job, I'm also managing my startup. It's called Cook My Grub. Cook My Grub is all about creating a marketplace for all the home bakers and home cooks who are currently cooking or baking at their home and using WhatsApp or Facebook channels to sell their cuisines. With the team, we have created a platform, which basically is a SaaS platform for chefs as well as for the customer, who can come on our platform and find out who is cooking what in their neighborhood, and they can purchase the home cooked food through our applications. We are a team of 12 people. Some are in Germany, some in US, some in India. We have launched in a couple of cities in the UK. I'm planning to launch in London soon. So that's for me actually. So, strategist, we're trying to find my path to be an entrepreneur, and a similar boat as most of you. And, really nice to connect with all of you and see, what opportunities can be explored.
Okay.
That's it from my side. No?
I think we've made the full rounds now, unless there's someone else, because I can't see. Seems like people are popping out from everywhere. Hopefully we covered everyone. So I mean, Can we just before we end, can we just go around just quickly and just say, like within 1 or 2 words, what was your takeaway from this session today, and maybe in the future sessions, what we potentially like to do to make it even better? Just 1 or 2 words. I don't know. I mean, any takeaways? I mean, obviously for me, I think the takeaway for me today was just getting to know people and potentially understanding what each other do. I think to make it work better, as I said, it would be good if everyone posts anyway in the group what they're doing, what we're doing, so at least, you know, that reinforces things. And also just keep the group active, you know, in terms of things that you have going on, you know. Don't make it like stagnant, that we only have to meet on the phone or meet via Zoom to kind of talk and collaborate, right? We can always share messages and stuff in the group as time passes. Anyone else? It can be voluntary. Any takeaway?
I can do it. I mean, to be honest, from my perspective, I just wanted to build a network of people who I can throw out the ideas and get some guidance or support when we are stuck, because, you know, most of us on the same journey. It is always good to be connected with people who are having the same level of frustrations and the same level of challenge, so that you can come to a group of people and throw your ideas and get their views, which is really a really good place. And this is what I'm looking forward to this group personally.
Cool. Anyone else?
I've seen it work quite well in similar groups to this, where one of the things as we individually go around that you kind of leave off to the rest of the group is what your latest kind of biggest challenge is.
Yes.
To see if someone else can help connect you with someone that might be able to help you solve it. This can be quite a useful exercise.
I mean, I agree, actually. I mean, I run actually a couple of masterminds, and kind of a mastermind, you always go in with, like, you know, what's your challenge and what's your win? You know what I mean? For the last, I don't know, week or month. So I did that way we can understand that. I think today, I didn't want to go with the challenges because we don't even know each other yet. You know what I mean? But I agree, Alex, that's a great one. We're going to make sure that we talk about challenges next time. Anyone else? Great point, Alex.
Yes, sir, Royston. Sorry,
No, go ahead.
go for it. Yeah, okay. Thanks, Rishi. So I was going to say, for me, all the team members are a step ahead, but you guys have motivated. My takeaway is you've motivated me to think of having my own startup, and probably in the subsequent meetings, if I have any question about launching a startup, I'll also ask in the forthcoming meetings. That's my takeaway.
Great one. It's a great takeaway. I mean, it's great when we motivate each other.
Absolutely. I have to think of creating my own, everyone's help.
Yeah, no worries. Anyone else?
Yeah, just a quick word. You know, the good takeaway, it's a brilliant platform. You know, to know multi people what they are doing, and actually that's the, to spot the right person at the right time is important. So I think that's a good platform. We can get to know about each other, and wherever anybody can help. So I think that's a good takeaway for me, just to get to know people around. Yeah.
Great. Any more?
Hi, sorry. It's great to be part of the community, and it's it's good to see different startups, different businesses, what they're working on, and learning from them. Also sharing your experiences. It's great to take great takeaways, and that's how we learn in life as well. So I think it's a good community, and I hope to see it's growing more. And in the next session, we will have more people. I will try to give referral to other people as well. Let's see, but it's good. Like, it's connecting everyone. Thank you so much.
Sure, thanks. I mean, thanks to everyone. And yeah, references are most welcome. So yes, you can more refer to the people who are looking forward to join these communities.
Cool. I think we've had a good few people. Look, we don't necessarily have to have feedback from everyone, but if there's anyone that's burning to talk, then go now.
That was actually a good start.
Brilliant.
Thank you, guys, and we'll be in touch. Brilliant. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
All right, look, guys, thanks everyone, and please remember to post in the group what you actually do, yep, and to invite at least one person.
Great.
All right,
Bye.
take care now and look after yourselves.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone. Take care.
Thank you and bye.